My name is Troy Blake. My current role is the executive director of the Rosebud Scholarship Fund, and we are a 501c3 exempt nonprofit that is partnered with the Rosebud Sioux Tribe Higher Education Department. And our role is to fundraise for the Rosebud Sioux Tribe Higher Education Department. So the Rosebud Sioux Tribe gets money from the Bureau of Indian Affairs to distribute scholarships, and we help provide additional scholarships because unfortunately the funds just aren't enough for some of our students to finish college. The striking statistic behind that is only 1 in 5 Native students that start college in South Dakota will actually finish with a bachelor's degree. And that is particularly shocking considering that for their non-Native peers in the state of South Dakota, that's actually 66%. Everything that we do financially is MonkeyPod. The fundraising efforts, managing grants, private donors, all of our other stakeholders that we keep track of. MonkeyPod is that central resource that is just so easy. That makes it just so easy for us to keep track of everything. Just compared to other CRMs that we've used in the past, its user interface is just phenomenal. It's so easy to use. I never thought that user interface would be an issue until I used other platforms, and then I came to MonkeyPod and I said, oh, okay, there's a right way to do it. So, and I think my favorite part about it is how organized it is. And it's also organized in a way that is specific for nonprofits. And that's one of my favorite parts. When tax time comes around, when we have to submit that 990, the job is basically already done. All we have to do is click a few buttons. MonkeyPod has everything that you need, all the different reports that you need as a nonprofit to be successful. People management is one of my favorite features of MonkeyPod as well, because it makes it so easy for us to keep track of all of our stakeholders. And with a nonprofit, that's particularly important because there are so many different types of stakeholders. So the board of directors, the staff, the constituents, of course, MonkeyPod does a great job of letting us manage those 3 stakeholder groups, but not only do they have all the basic ones, like all the labels that you can choose from, but you're also able to put in your own customizable labels. And this is great because every nonprofit is different, right? Every nonprofit has its own unique mission with its own unique stakeholders. What I love about it as well is that it's so simple to read. It just comes out in the simplest format, which for nonprofits, if you're trying to distribute this report widely, the public that you're trying to show this report to, they might not have the knowledge to sort of digest it, especially if it's like a more complicated financial report. So that's why, like with MonkeyPod, it just comes out in the simplest possible format so that everybody can understand it, because that's the ultimate goal, is for everybody to understand what is going on in your organization. The ultimate cherry on top vision is to fully fund every Sicangu Lakota student that wants to pursue higher education. So I think the role that MonkeyPod plays in that is just the organization, because I think, if we're going to achieve this, which I believe we will, we have to be very financially sound, especially that large of an endowment, right? It has to be, we have to know where it is, what's going on with it, how much interest it's generating. And we have to be able to let people know, right? Because we have to build that trust. Because if there's no trust here, there's no achieving this vision. So again, the fact that MonkeyPod has those easy reports helps us build that trust, which is going to help us accomplish that vision. Because if there's no trust between the Rosebud Scholarship Fund and the Rosebud Sioux Tribe, then we're essentially working for nothing. So that's why I like that MonkeyPod has such simple reports for everybody to see, so we can build that trust with the tribe.